You sit alone long enough, you realize betrayal doesn't break you, it awakens you. Every knife in your back, every time someone you trusted let you fall, it didn't just hurt. It carved away the illusion that anyone else would ever save you. Those moments didn't make you weak. They made you see the truth. The truth that the people you leaned on were never meant to carry your weight. The world doesn't reward the soft-hearted. Hang on me, the entire crew was supposed to be on board. The responsibility slipped all of us. It preys on them. When you're left bleeding, when the hands you thought would lift you disappear, that's when you discover who you are. Are you someone who crumbles under the weight of solitude? Or are you the one who learns to carry it alone? Pain isn't the enemy, dependence is. Every time someone walks away, you lose a piece of your heart, but you also gain something far more valuable. Clarity. Clarity that no one is coming to save you, no one but you. Real strength isn't loud. It doesn't come with cheers or applause. Strength is silent. It's the nights spent stitching yourself back together with no one around to see. It's standing when your legs are shaking and your heart is screaming for rest. Strength is knowing the odds are against you and still choosing to fight. People don't understand this kind of strength. They confuse it with arrogance or cruelty. But what they don't realize is that real strength comes from enduring the kind of pain that would destroy them. You didn't choose this path. It chose you. And now you walk it because there's no turning back. Pain has a way of becoming your greatest teacher. It strips you of illusions, shows you the world's harsh reality, and forces you to grow. Pain doesn't whisper lies of comfort, it screams the truth in your face. And above all, I whisper. And if you can listen, if you can bear it, it transforms you. You've learned that not everyone who smiles at you is your friend. That loyalty fades when tested. That love can be as sharp as it is beautiful. But most importantly, you've learned to trust yourself. Because when everything else falls apart, you're the only one left standing. Have you ever noticed how quiet it gets at the top? Success is lonely. The climb is brutal. Every step forward feels like dragging the weight of your failures, betrayals, and losses behind you. But with each step, you shed that weight. You realize you don't need anyone else to validate your strength. When you reach the summit, you'll look around and see the world stretched out before you. But it won't feel like a victory. Not yet. Because victory isn't in reaching the top. It's in the climb. It's in every moment you refuse to quit. Every battle you fought when no one believed in you. Love is the cruelest lesson of all. It promises warmth, connection, and belonging. But when it's gone, it leaves behind a void so deep, you wonder if you'll ever fill it. And maybe you won't. Maybe the scars it leaves are meant to remind you of what you've survived. The world will try to convince you that love is your salvation. that it's the one thing worth fighting for. But you've learned that love can betray you just as easily as it can save you. X-Men voyages to the X-Men Halloween season, and so you carry those scars, not as wounds, but as reminders. Trust is dangerous. It's a weapon others will use against you if you're not careful. You've learned that the hard way. Every time you've placed your trust in someone else, they've turned it into a blade. But instead of letting it destroy you, you've turned it into armor. You don't trust blindly anymore. You don't give your heart away without thought. I haven't seen you without an armor. You don't trust blindly anymore. You don't give your heart away without thought. And while others might see that as cold or unfeeling, you know it's survival. It's strength. No matter what the truth of this is, no matter how bad things go, I hope this story finds you safe. They tried to snuff out your fire. With every lie, every betrayal, every moment of doubt they planted in your mind, they tried to extinguish the flame inside you, but they failed. Because your fire doesn't come from them, it comes from within. And now, that fire burns brighter than ever. It fuels you, drives you, and keeps you alive when the world feels too heavy. It's not just a source of warmth, it's your weapon.